Explore impact. A wonderful sensation to feel at impact is the right side firing fully and the club face covering the ball. How do you achieve this feel? Let's take a look. The left wrist. It must be flat or slightly arched, or bowed, or if you want to be technical, supinated at step 6. The worst power loss you can experience is the inward collapsing of the left wrist at impact. Common causes of this power loss are a slowing down of the hands through impact, which happens when a player attempts to steer the club head into the back of the ball, or an over-acceleration of the club head in which the hands release too early. In a still frame, you would see that over-acceleration causes the club shaft to line up with the right arm, a major mistake. Both conditions result in a great loss of power. They're not discussed often, but these two swing malfunctions are very common among high handicap golfers. The right wrist. It must be angled at impact, not straight, to match up with the flat left wrist. The angle of the right wrist is one of the very few characteristics that replay the look of the address position. Therefore, the right wrist must not hinge forward. The hands and wrists must work together throughout the swing, and they can't if the right wrist hinges independently. The left arm and club shaft, when viewed from above, should line up with each other. The shaft can't lag too far behind the left arm, nor can it pass the left arm before impact. Both of these conditions indicate serious mistiming of the swing. Weight. It should have transferred to the left leg and is on the left foot more toward the heel. The right heel is approximately 1 to 4 inches off the ground. Some players will feel a push off the right foot through impact. The right knee. It should have fired forward at step 6, up to about your body center line. An effective timing key is to think right knee and hands back to the ball together. The left knee will still have slight flex to it. The legs are spaced apart from one another, rather than having the right leg passing over and catching the left. If this happens, the probable cause is too narrow a stance, too much hip action, or overly fast leg action. There should be space between the legs. They can't be together. This is a clear indication of too much slide. The right elbow. It should be very close to the right hip and still shows a slight bend. The right heel should be ahead of the right toe. I always look closely at footwork. The chin. It should have returned very close to its starting position or is now pointing toward the ball. On wood shots, the head may even be slightly behind where it started. The hips and shoulders. They have maintained some spacing and a degree of separation. In other words, the hips are leading the shoulders, and the shoulders must not catch up to the hips. The body. Your body center should stand up a little bit at impact, and that's because we're using the ground as leverage to get power into the swing. As far as head movement is concerned, some golfers' heads at the time of impact will have moved slightly behind their original address positions. Without question, the head moves during the golf swing. Trying to freeze your head in one location can be a poor idea. It causes tension and inhibits athletic motion. Typically, the head moves forward because the legs don't. When you succeed in locking your head into position throughout the swing, you generally create trouble for yourself in other areas. The head reacts naturally as a result of the motion and the turning of the body. To attempt to restrict it completely is counterproductive. So allow your head its natural motion and to move in a small area. Just keep your eyes focused on the ball until impact.